Peace. $1.50. 2G what it is. 2G being 2000. What it is being the rest. Sounds live. Peace. $1.50. I'm gonna pluck a card, start this joint off. Nine of diamonds, you know what I'm saying? Peace. $1.50. I got a story to tell, you know what I'm saying? When I was younger, some time ago, you know, I claim king right now, so it's like, when I tell a story, I'm also claiming all compensations for the damages of being shot. I was shot twice, once in the chest and once in the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Once in my right shoulder and once in the chest right here. I got shot in the chest right here with a 32. So I'm claiming compensation. I'm reserving all my rights to compensation. When I'm reserving my rights, I'm telling the story how it transferred. One day I moved to Virginia some time ago with my mother and my brother, and you know, from time to time I used to save up money and travel back to New York and, you know, buy a coat or, you know, go shopping for, you know, clothes, stuff like that, or visit a couple of friends that I used to hang with, you know, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So, one day I was about to visit New York City, and I had saved up a couple of dollars, but you know, I was hanging with this guy. His name was Jesse. I was hanging with this guy named Jesse, and he said, "You want to shoot some dice?" I said, "All right, I'll shoot dice. I ain't really know how to shoot dice that well." And we were shooting dice. So he started losing. This is the same day I was supposed to go to New York, and I told him, I was like, I'm getting ready to go to New York, you know what I mean? So he like was showing me how to shoot dice and shooting dice at the same time. So I wasn't really into gambling, but you know, I was winning. So when I was winning, he started losing, and I saw he was looking kind of like he was high too, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really know him that well, but I knew he wasn't looking like himself. So when he started losing, he started saying stuff like, the dice cock, you know, give me my dollar, you know, because I snatched the money when he said the dice was cocked. I was like, no, it's not. You can see the number and everything. No, it's not. So I had on felines, I had on La Tigra shorts, La Tigra shirt, you know what I mean? So you have an idea what I was looking like. I had gold teeth in my mouth with diamonds. You know, I looked a certain way. Had jewelry on, you know. I don't think I had jewelry on. I had gold teeth with diamonds in my mouth. So when he started losing and said the dice was cocked, I snatched the money. We was shooting for $1. It was his dollar and my dollar was up. I never told the story to nobody, you know what I'm saying? This is how I got shot. I got shot twice. He emptied a gun on me. You know what I mean? He emptied his 32 caliber revolver on me, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna get crazy because I had a 38, but you know what I'm saying? Check this out. So I was like, no you didn't. The dice wasn't cocked, you know what I'm saying? I'm not giving you nothing back. Because he tried to cheat me, you know what I'm saying? So after he tried to cheat me and I snatched the money, he ran in the house. His family was standing outside. He ran in the house and got a stick. like a broomstick. I was like, why you gonna disrespect your family like that? You know what I'm saying? You know the dice wasn't cocked, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna disrespect your family, go get a stick and, make a scene like you really, like you really telling the truth. So then he took the stick back in the house and ran. Cause he wasn't at his house, he was at his, like we was on top of the hill of the apartments. We was in Woodcroft Village. We was on top of the hill. So he was like, he took off running after he saw I wasn't gonna give him his dollar back, and I said he disrespected his family. He took off running. So when he took off and running, I started talking to this girl named Sheila. She's supposed to have been his cousin. I started talking to her. I might explain what was going on, but I don't think I explained in detail. I don't even think I said nothing about it. So eventually I left from talking to her, and I was still on my way to go in New York, but I knew he took off running, you know what I'm saying? I knew he took off running, for whatever reason, going to get a gun or whatever. I don't know what he was taking off running for, because he was cheating. You know what I'm saying? My whole idea was he was trying to cheat me out of my money. So when I met up with him, he was coming out of his front door. And he pulled out a gun. So when he pulled out a gun, I pulled out my gun. I had a .38 revolver, Smith & Wesson, nickel-plated Smith & Wesson, stainless Smith & Wesson. So when he pulled out his gun, I pulled out my gun. So he was like, ain't no bullets in that gun. And he shot his gun, plow. He said, ain't no bullets in that gun. So I was like, I'm not gonna shoot my gun. I just said, I'm not gonna shoot my gun. And he said, ain't no bullets in the, no, he said, where's my money at? You gotta give my money. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I ain't giving you nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, I knew he was lying, you know what I'm saying? And it was only me and him. We was the only one there. And when he did all that, I was like, I'm still not giving you no money. I'm not giving you nothing. He was mad because he was losing. So then, we went back and forth for a minute, and I pointed the .38 revolver at him, you know what I'm saying? And I saw when I pointed the .38 revolver at him, he was looking down the barrel of the gun to see if there was bullets in it. I saw that. And then I moved the gun before he could see if there was bullets in it. So then, he pointed his gun at me. But when he pointed his gun at me, he looked like he was getting ready to shoot me right there, right? And I started going like this. You know what I mean? I started bobbing and weaving like, you know what I mean? And he ain't have no clear shot. So then he moved his gun. He stopped pointing his gun at me. So then after that, somebody said, yo, the police, yo, watch out, the police. Did that, you know what I mean? Because I was around these people that I didn't grow up with. All of them grew up together. They knew each other and stuff like that. They said, yo, the police. And I turned around, turned my head, and when I turned my head, he hit my gun with his gun. He had his .32, I had my .38, and I had my .38 in my hand, and he hit my gun with his gun, like, like tapping my gun, like saying ain't no bullets in there. But he did it right when I turned around to see where the police was at. Cause I was getting ready to run if it was the police, cause you know what I'm saying? I'm still going to New York, and I got a gun, and you know what I mean? And I'm arguing with this guy over his dollar. You know what I mean? It wasn't his dollar. It was my dollar because I rolled seven on a roll. You know what I mean? I rolled seven on my first roll. I rolled seven. So he said the dice was cocked. It wasn't a seven. It was a, you could see the number on the side or something crazy he came up with because he was losing. So we went back and forth for a minute. But when somebody said, yo, the police, and I turned my head, he hit my gun and my gun fell on the ground. Boom. When my gun fell on the ground, it was like I didn't just bend down and pick it up. I was hesitating because I didn't wanted to sound, like I'm trying to pick up a gun and then shoot him, you know what I mean? Or he shoot me first or something, So I was hesitating to pick the gun up, and he saw that. So he snatched the gun and ran. When he snatched the gun and ran, I started chasing him. When I started chasing him, he turned around and he wouldn't just run because I was right behind him. I was near him. So I wasn't like, give me my gun back. I was just trying to catch him the whole time. And he kept backing up, pointing the gun in my leg, at my knees and stuff like that. Backing up, you know what I mean? And he knew I wanted my gun back, but you know what I mean? I just kept walking up on him. Cause he had my gun. So he kept pointing his 32 at my legs and stuff like that, cause I kept walking up on him. So then he tried to turn around and run. When he tried to turn around and run, I grabbed him. Boom. Threw him on the ground. Boom. He started shooting. Blow, 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 blow. And I started trying to get the gun from him. You know what I'm saying? And he was scared to death because if I would have got the gun when he was shooting at me, you know what I mean? It was the heat of the moment. It was like crazy like that. And when he shot all his bullets up, I didn't think he didn't have no more bullets. I was thinking I was hit. So when I was thinking I was hit, the guy dead right now, the guy dead that was standing there with my brother, the guy dead, I was like, yo, Dino, where you hit me at? He was like, I don't know where you hit you at. You know what I mean? Like that. And when he said that, I started looking to see if I was bleeding. Because it was like gunpowder all on my arms and stuff like that. I had gunpowder on me. You know what I mean? I had a Tiger shirt, a Tiger shorts, and felines, diamonds in my teeth, and going to New York. And then, he shot at me like that, close range. He was right up on me. When I grabbed him, threw him on the ground, and was trying to get my gun from him, he started shooting his gun, and I started trying to get his gun to stop him from shooting me. So then, this happened exactly how I said it happened. I was going to New York, and I don't know they be jealous and all that. When you're going to New York, you going home. I don't be knowing all that part of it. You know what I mean? I just was thinking, I'm going home. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because I had money to go home. I had enough money to go home and buy some sneakers or something and come back, and do me. I had enough money to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna pluck a card. Yeah, Dino dead right now. Queen of Spade. Making sure it's a Queen of Spade because I got the last one wrong with the 8 of club. It was the 8 of Spade. I gotta make sure because the light in my eyes. If you see where the light reflecting the card at, the light in my eyes. But it's the Queen of Spade. Queen of Spade. Yeah, Dino dead now. Dino was the only one he was standing there with my brother when I said, where I shot at. And he said, I don't know how I know where you shot at. like that, you know what I mean? Like he was saying something funny, you know what I mean? But I ain't really catch it at the time. Cause you know, when they be talking based on growing up together, they be talking to each other like mentally, mathematically. Like they talk to each other now in hip hop. You know, they was talking through the internet, but they ain't have internet the same way they got internet now. But they was talking like that. Like when they said the police was coming, they was talking like, you know, together, like they was down together. You know what I'm saying? So Dino was sounding like that. You know what I mean? But I ain't really, you know, I ain't think about that. I was thinking about me bleeding and being shot. So when he took off running after he shot me, when I was looking to see where I was bleeding at, if I was bleeding, cause I didn't want to just be bleeding and not know I was shot, you know, cause I felt the gun, I smelled the gunpowder on me, you know what I mean? So the police wasn't coming, like they said the police was coming. There wasn't no police. They was just playing games with my mind that, you know, with the internet, you know what I'm saying, down Woodcroft Village. I used to be out there all the time because I didn't just stay where I was used to be living at. I used to walk out there, walk down there, and you know, be around them all the time. Cause I just moved from New York and I was, you know, down south. You know, that's where I used to be at after school. I used to catch the bus to the shopping center, to Willalon, to Torhammer's, 6th Street Marketplace. I used to catch the city bus. And I used to catch the city bus instead of the school bus. They used to catch the school bus, and I used to catch the city bus. When I catch the city bus, then I catch the city bus. Sometimes I used to catch the school bus to where they live at instead of where I live at. And, you know, just used to be around them. You know, just some passing time. So anyway, after he shot me, but I didn't know I was shot, I took he took the gun and ran. You know what I mean? The empty gun, both guns. He had both guns. He ran. So when he ran, I couldn't see where he went. And I went on, like, it was like a hill. Like I went to the top of the hill of Woodcroft, where his family was at, where we were shooting dice at. I went up there, and me and Chris and my brother and a couple other people, we was looking for him. When we was looking for him, his cousin went across the street, like following us across the street, and we got in an altercation. We didn't beat him up for real. Like he got scuffed up a little bit, but he didn't get beat up like he just shot me. You know what I mean? He didn't get beat up like that. He just got grabbed up a little bit. You know, something. It wasn't nothing too physical. It was just, you know, he was following us, you know, trying to find out where Jesse went. I forget his cousin, his brother name. I think that was his brother, but I forget his brother name, Ricky. That was the name, Ricky. So whatever the difference was, the police showed up eventually, and when the police showed up, I was bleeding. I was bleeding out my shoulder. I had a bullet wound in my shoulder, and I had a bullet wound in my chest. But you couldn't tell it. You couldn't tell it. The only way you knew I had a bullet hole in my shoulder because it was bleeding. That's the only way you knew. Because it was like the bullet just entered, and you couldn't really, it wasn't nothing, you couldn't tell if it hit a major artery or nothing. I was running around the whole time. You couldn't tell if it hit nothing or nothing because I was looking like I was normal, but I had gunpowder marks on me, on my shirt and stuff like that. So you can tell I was shot. You can tell I was in an argument with somebody with a gun, you know what I mean? So then, after the police showed up, we went in the family house that he got the stick out of. He got the broomstick out of. He went and got the broomstick out of. He went in. we went in there looking for him. Me and the police, we went in there looking